Hi ladies and gentlemen, Fathead from Infinite Combo here, and today I'll be looking at The Division. It came out recently and everyone's just been so excited about this game. Another Tom Clancy title that's supposed to really live up to the hype. Now the beta was fantastic from what I've been told and the footage I've seen, so today I'm going to give my 2 cents and my little first impression review here. And keep in mind, this isn't complete, I haven't beat the game yet, so spoilers are not imminent. Don't panic. Now, it might be because this opening kind of plays to one of my favorite genres of movie, which is the post-pandemic, apocalyptic. Something horrible has gone wrong. It doesn't feel like it's a movie. This feels like almost a historical archive of this was a bad time for New York City, and this disease had been let run rampant, and people just died en masse, and we're kind of catching up here. It almost feels real. It almost feels like you could go to the library and rent this from the video archives and do a school project on it, for crying out loud. It feels that authentic. Now, of course, we all know it isn't, but it really helps the suspension of disbelief. And that is more important than anything. From what we've seen in the actual world, when shit goes south, well, so do the people. Not all of them, of course. And no one, like he just said, they're not trained for this. But who is? Who are those brave heroes who are trained for it?
Worse than anyone knew.
This is where your character's group comes in, of course, The Division. Everyone's seen this clip. This is completely self-explanatory, but I like it. You feel like you're part of a movement. You're part of this big, we're gonna save the city, and everything else gets put aside, man. Everything else. I'm not gonna fight fires. I'm not gonna be a mother anymore. I'm not gonna be a neighbor. Everything. And it's that kind of dedication. It really goes, you go, wow, this is my group? This is who I'm a part of? Yeah, I can totally dig this. Alright, let's go. Now, on the surface, when I first saw the previews for this game and all the action, I thought, oh, cool, another Tom Clancy shooter. They make some pretty solid games. So booting up the game and discovering that, wait, what's going on here? There's a character creator. You customize. Look at this. Everything. White, tan, Asian, black, everything. You are literally an everyday person who has dedicated their lives to this, and you know what? They did a great job reflecting that with the character creator. I have never even actually seen half those skin tones in my life. You know what? Yeah, let's give her green eyes. Maybe not. Whatever you want. Everything from a Buzz G.I. Jane look to long hair working mother look. I picked a female character because, well, you see men all the time in these games. Let's change it up. Wonderful hair color selection too. This is the kind of character creation that I personally love. You can give them tattoos. You can give them... I was flabbergasted that you could do any of this in the first place. It's enough customization so that you are a unique individual, and that, I mean, come on, that's a pretty unique tattoo. That, you know, you're not spending 6 hours in a character creator and not playing the game. You're throwing a few things on, liking what you see, go right ahead, jump on in. It's quick, it's clean, and it's one of the better character creators, I have to say. And voila. That took me all of about 10 to 12 minutes, and most of that time was spent scrolling through looking at the options. It's quick and it's clean, like I said, and I think that's a really important aspect to a character creator, at least for me. Alright game, So you've thrown me a curveball with the customizable face and neck tattoos and even the face paint. Oh boy. Here we go, I'm saying to myself. What do we have here? A tutorial. Oh, it's going to drag on for 25 minutes because it thinks that you don't know the game. Wait, just a weapons one? It doesn't even tell you how to really... Wow, it's kind of letting me go out my own here. Now, after the weapons tutorial and the walking around, you get to a safe house. The safe house is almost like a hub. It's filled with other players. You can click on a right stick to view their stats, send them a game invite, and, well, have them join you on your quest to take back New York City. Pretty much anything. I mean, I knew there was matchmaking, but I didn't know you could literally just bug people. Yeah, it's the Xbox Live community. A lot of them weren't too receptive, I'm going to be honest. But the idea that you could simply randomly make new friends, it's great. Now, the first couple of side missions in this game are really nice, because it's a tutorial. But it's not a blatant, hey, you seem too stupid to understand anything in this game tutorial. It's, alright, well, we're just going to let you test the waters. We're going to let you go out there, grab some stuff for us, and understand how the game works. Where you are, who you are as a player, and how all the mechanics really come together.
They try and sell it back to all the starving people. Plain and simple profiteer.
Now, I quickly learned and was actually a little surprised the fact that this wasn't super realistic. A couple of pistol bullets to the head didn't take the guy out. It took several shots. That's when it really started to sink in. This is a shoot and loot. This is an MMO with guns. Wow. It didn't feel like that at all. It felt like, well, a shooter. But they had snuck in all these other little aspects. Knapsacks that increase your armor. And the menus? Oh man. You can equip stuff for days. Check out individual stats, compare items, see your DPS. Wait, since when did they start putting DPS in a shooter? I smell a Borderlands influence. But you know what? That ain't such a bad thing. That was a fun game, and I hope these guys learned something from it. You had skill trees, which were really 4 skills that built up that you could be one of 3 roles. I hope in the future they might add something else. Maybe a 4th role for that 4th person in a squad of 4. You know, it seems a little off to have a duplicate role in there. But you can assign skills, you can heal people, you can be a support, you can be on the front line, or hell, you can be the defensive tank if you want. Wow. They really got their shit together on this one. Now the game has a wonderful cover system. Mantle over things while sprinting, climb on them. I'm still adjusting from all those years of playing Gears of War 2 and 3, and Ultimate Edition recently. But, you know what? For a game that is masquerading as a shooter, a third-person shooter, the cover system's nice and solid. Use it to sneak up on enemies and go for that critical headshot. So close. These guys are sponging bullets like crazy. Don't expect easy headshot kills early on in the game. Taking objectives, calling them in for pickup. That's a quest. Alright, I'm starting to see what they did here. But you know what? I have no problem with it. In fact, I applaud them. It seems like they put out the same style shooter year after year. But this one? This ain't your granddaddy's shooter. Now, any good game or movie helps the suspension of disbelief by the viewer or player by how well the environment looks. Does this look completely outlandish and non-believable? No. This looks like Brooklyn. This looks like Brooklyn after shit hit the fan. I mean, there's trash lying around, no one's picked it up in weeks, piled up against cars, emergency vehicles abandoned. They really did a great job at capturing that whole post-outbreak scenario. I applaud you. Now, the one thing you gotta learn in this game real quick is there's no actual pausing of the game. I started to panic in this moment, realizing that no matter what you do, the game's going to keep going. This is a living, breathing world. You can't just stop it and walk away. And you know what? That helps one big thing. Immersion. Can you say immersion, boys and girls? Because these guys seem to have nailed it. Okay, that's one old shooter habit checked off the list I'm going to have to put aside while I'm playing this game. Don't, under any circumstances, unless you're in a completely safe area like I am right now, open the menu. It doesn't pause the game. All I want to do is adjust my sensitivities. Nope. Forgot to do that before I left the house. This game, you can adjust everything. There's your sensitivities, options out the wazoo. This is going to be great for streaming, by the way. You can adjust all the volume so it's not blasting at your viewers. I like that. I think more games definitely need to follow suit on that. Now, there's moments in the game that I found where, well, you have to defend something that you found, and you've pried away from the clutches of, well, looters. It's like Horde. I've always been a big fan of the Gears of War game mode Horde. And for you Call of Duty players, I guess it's like zombies. If you're a big fan of that, there's constant moments in this game that I found where you have to hold out, wait for reinforcements, and you just have to survive. They're not necessarily incredibly difficult so far, but it's a nice breakup from a running gun. Hold this position.
No more hostiles detected.
Another big round of applause here for the level development team. You've gone from the streets to the sewers. You've been top to bottom in this city. I feel like I've explored more in this game, the first piece, than, I don't know, the first half of most other shooters. Now with all that walking around, running through the sewers, you'll inevitably get lost. Do you have to walk back? No. You got a fast travel system. They've really got everything covered in this, don't they? You fast travel back, you got some fresh weapons to buy. Anything. Submachine guns, a shotgun, fresh armor. Killing guys, picking up money, and even scrapping weapons for old ones. Wait, this sounds a lot like an RPG, but it's a Tom Clancy shooter. Looks like they've married the two very well. Now up to this point, I've been running solo. I've been taking on anything I can solo. But the game will even say, don't come in here without friends. Now you can come back and invite people, and restock while you wait. But this is the Xbox Live community. People aren't exactly inviting, or willing to jump in with people they have no clue who you are. You could be some troll. There's a matchmaking computer that'll show you players in the area. But if none of that seems to work for you, you can just find people right at the beginning of a story mission. Crack it open, and it'll find you an eligible room with people close to your level or at your level. This is just, I am blown away. And boom, look at that. In no time at all, maybe 45 seconds at most, I found a couple of guys. Now you can't hear them talking, but they were more than happy to communicate, try out flanks, give you a heads up. This game requires a lot more teamwork than you think. Especially with those guys with baseball bats. Don't even get me started on them. The true blue Tom Clancy tactical shooter style is very evident in this game. And it really came to a realization when one of my teammates had been downed on the left side there. His flank had failed. Where was he getting shot from? Well, we quickly decided that the guy on the right must have been doing it. I pushed up, made a few call-outs, and kept him occupied. Taking him down and letting my teammate get revived by my other buddy there resulted in us being able to focus down this third guy behind us. Taking these enemies down one at a time made this a heck of a lot easier, and I quickly saw why the game suggested you get teammates. Speaking of teammates, welcome to the Dark Zone. This place was walled off. This place is where the virus hit the hardest, so everything in here is the furthest thing from cooperative you can imagine. Now you don't have to start a fight, but if you see someone who's got really nice equipment and you think you can take them out, This is the place to do it. This is where you start fights, steal equipment, and get some really high-end stuff. But it's not without its perils. I came in here at level 5. I wouldn't recommend doing this thing probably below level 35. That might just me being a little scaredy cat, but who knows. Now the place is filled with these elite AI enemies. These guys have top-notch loot, they'll drop it, and they're just massive upgrades, really. But it's not exactly the easiest place to navigate or fight in. Yeah, they spotted me. Well, that ended very quickly. Oh my god. Stay away from this area until you're completely comfortable. If you find other players who want to go in, I more than recommend it. Now, despite this game not having a traditional PvP setup, no King of the Hill matches, capture the flag, whatever, it's still great fun. It's set up for literally infinite gameplay. Here we go, another horde scenario, and look at the variety of enemies. Riflemen, guys with pistols, that guy had an axe and riot shield. And, oh, are these the cleaners? Yep. They're flamethrowers and Molotov cocktails. This game's got plenty of variety with just only fighting humans. And the detail on the city is incredible. The announcements they're making, still trying to keep order, stay away from this area, as if things are still trying to be fixed. As I fast travel back here to my home base in Manhattan, where I'm slowly but surely fixing it up, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, do that awesome stuff for us, man. Tell everyone you know. And get this game. I recommend it. I'm not a huge Tom Clancy fan or an MMO fan. But this? I might lose sleep over this game. Well, I hope to see you guys out there. Let's go save New York City, and, oh, don't forget to restock. Well, guys, until next time, it's been Fathead. Stay infinite. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed another one of our wonderful videos that I was mostly responsible for.
Sorry about that. So if there are any other videos that you would like to see from us, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell your friends. And till then,
Stay infinite.
yeah, stay infinite.